I'm gonna show you all the hypocrisy of white male pathology and how black women and racist white men actually get along. They get along in their hatred of black men. You dig? Now, most of these black women, you'll find this trait in most black women. You'll find this trait in most white men. And you'll have a lot of black women that have, deep-seated hatred for black men. I don't know whether it's from, a lot of trauma that they felt in their families, or a lot of it just because they just hate black men. But you will have these women forming unions with white men who are white supremacists. And a lot of times these white men that they date, I ain't saying all, but the vast majority of these white men that these black women date be white supremacists. And the black women are they anti-black male and anti-white woman. See, black women, they want to divest and be with Brad, but they going over there because they want white woman status, which they'll never get because they're not white women. But see, white men, they even if they're in a relationship with a black woman, they have a hatred for black men. You had a black chick, a young black girl whose mom interracially married a white guy. And this white guy basically told the daughter when she was a teenager, I bet you're gonna be a nigger lover. And then this white man proceeded to say, I hate niggers, especially the men, because men, your brother, he's gonna grow up to be a black man, and I hate black men. Now, this is most of your white males that marry black females. They hate black men. And the reason why they hate black men is due to it's a whole lot of reasons I ain't gonna even get into. But we all, as black men, we all know the reasons why. But they will settle for a black woman when they can't get the desired white woman that they want, or they losers. Because white women don't pick them, so they found out a loophole, a cheap code where they could get an attractive black chick if they can't get a white chick. But they really want a white chick. They prefer a white woman. That's why when a lot of these guys, when they're white males and they get their money up, normally they'll find a way to get out those relationships with these black women to get off and get married to a white woman. But only when they have enough coin to stack up. Because these white men, they got to compete with white guys who got money, and they got to compete with other black guys that got money and got sexual prowess. So this is what white men that's down at the bottom, the white men that are the white guys that the bottom shelf brads, they got to compete with that. But see, now white men figured out a cheat code with black women. They figured out that these black women are provide and take care of them what Becky and Susan won't. So a lot of these white men, they will opt out and get a black woman because they know that black woman gonna provide for them and take care of them. Basically, the roles reverse with Brad is with Keisha. But let Keisha and them tell you that white men are providers and white men and black men are not. But it's funny how black women that divest get upset and angry at black men providing for white women and other groups of women. And then they turn around and say, see, that show you they don't love black women because they don't provide for us. It ain't that we don't provide for you black women. Y'all go overboard with shit. Y'all put more standards on black men than y'all do with the white men y'all with. So when we see these standards, we like, we observe this shit. Black men, we observe your relationship with Brad, and we notice how Brad don't have to come with nothing to the table, but it's whiteness. Meanwhile, y'all talk shit about black men not being providers. Y'all talk shit about black men not providing, not being good fathers. We all know the CDC report said that black men are the best fathers. But y'all neglect that. But like I said, like I told Crystal Curzon, she don't even tell these black women to vet the white dudes to get with. And this is why you have a lot of these black women getting deleted, getting chopped up, getting left with single mamas and shit. And Crystal Curzon ain't even telling these black women to vet these guys. All she run around saying is pushback from the community. What community? What community? A community ran by black women. Ain't no black women pushing back on interracial relationships, Crystal, because black men don't run the community. How the hell is pushback in a black community when black women run the community and black men don't? The thing is, that's mere projection, Crystal Curzon. You know it. It's more pushback when black men go over the fence. It's not only pushback from black women, it's pushback from the hotel niggas that tell us, you got to get with you a black queen. Umar Johnson, you got to get you a black queen, even though Keisha could go and do whatever the fuck she want to do over the fence. We still got to get with them. So who's really taking the pushback, getting pushed back? It ain't black women, I'll tell you that for sure, because they ain't stopping all these black women from getting knocked up by these white men and having all these biracial kids in the black community that y'all pass off as black children. And they blame what they do. Charlie Kirk and all these other white supremacists turn around and say that black men don't take care of our responsibility, when the actuality is white men laying up, and other groups of men laying up with black women and having all these children out of wedlock, and the black women put black on the birth certificate, and guess who get blamed for it?